You're listening to Demon World with Jasmine Us on Demon FM.
Jazz Minhas.
Seen again, find out that I was your issue. Let go, or keep on holding on for nothing to be happening. I wanna live like you're but sweet. I wanna let go 'cause I'm so bleak, I'm so bleak, too cold. Feel you on my bones, cut loose, but you still leech me. Find out if you're that autumn sky. I guess I'll never find out why. I wanna live like you're but sweet. I wanna let go 'cause I'm so bleak, I'm so bleak. And I know where you've been. And I know what you've been.
We are live, local and loud, and that is our first song from our first guest, I'm So Bleak, and it's the Lids. Hi guys, and welcome to Demon FM.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And can you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Liam, I sing and play the bass. I'm Reese, I play the guitar.
And I'm Sam and I play the drums.
Welcome guys. I'm really curious as to how you got the name The Lids. Is it kind of, is there some meaning to it, or did you just kind of sit there and see a jar sitting on the shelf and thought, oh, we've got ourselves The Lids,
Yeah, it's sort of like that. I mean, we were throwing quite a few names around for a start and couldn't really decide on one, and then I think someone just sort of said The Lids, and we thought we'll stick with that for a bit and then we can change it in the future. And
you never did?
No, never did. So
it's a unique name. It's one you remember, so it's a good choice.
Thank you.
How long have you guys been together, and how did you come together? Were you kind of like schoolmates, or did you meet at a pub or something?
We've been together about 3 years. Me and Liam are brothers, so we started learning guitar together, and then Liam started learning the bass, and then we just knew Sam played the drums, so we got him involved, and now we're here.
And you've reached the heights. You're on Demon FM. How would you describe we heard one of your tracks there. How would you describe your sort of style or genre of music?
We try and make every song quite different. I mean, there's obviously that rocky style that we sort of stick to, but I don't think any two songs that we do are the same. We've done upbeat ones, we've done slightly slower ones, but it's just stuff that we enjoy playing and we think other people will enjoy listening to.
Is it all your own stuff, or do you do covers, or a bit of both?
Yeah, it's all originals. We've had ideas of doing a couple of covers for certain gigs and stuff, but we've got enough songs now to cover our own set, and it's quite a nice thing to have.
That's true, because a lot of bands these days, a lot of local bands, have a couple of covers in their sets, don't they, to try and get newcomers to latch onto.
Yeah.
But you tend not to do that. You've got quite a good following yourselves, actually, haven't you? So I suppose you don't really need to do that.
Yeah, we've sort of managed to build it up a bit to the point, like as you say, where you can start to introduce your own songs to people and they'll enjoy them rather than people coming just to hear the covers sort of thing.
That's it,
So
what I'm familiar with.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, and it clearly shows that you do enjoy playing it as well, because I've been to some of your gigs now. Blimey, they're awesome, aren't they? Hey,
Thank you very much.
But no, you're clearly what I would call a live band. You want to go and see you. Obviously sound very good recorded, as we just heard, but yeah. So tell us about, what sort of year have you had then in 2018, would you say?
I think this has been our best year so far, with the release of our first single, Delectable, in about April, and then I'm So Bleak came out a few months ago, and they're the best two songs that we've released to this point, and our following's grown with the release of these two singles, so yeah, it's been the best year yet.
Excellent. And what would you say is your best gig then of 2018?
It's
not over yet, is it? Actually,
it's got to be we played the Cookie in September and sold it out for. It was the I'm So Bleak release, wasn't it? Yeah, and it was just unbelievable playing to that many people in your hometown. Yeah. There's not much that can beat it.
It is good when the Cookie gets right, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely.
The next song that you've brought for us is called Delectable. Can you kind of tell us how that song came about? You know, what does it mean to you, and what should it mean to the listener?
It came about from an idea that I was playing around with originally, and I sort of just took it to the rest of the band and said, "Do you want to try and work on this sort of thing?" And it just seemed to all come together. But then we actually took it into the studio, and when we went in there, like, some of the ideas for it completely changed. That one of the things that people who recorded the Sound Hub said was that it had a bit of a Stevie Wonder type of superstitious sort of riff to it. So we sort of tried to play on that a bit, and yeah, we've took it in quite an interesting direction from where it first started to where it is now.
Let's hear the song.
What did you hear from the other side? Did it
That is Delectable from the Lids, and we have got them live here in the studio. Guys, tell us about what gigs you got coming up at the moment. It must be a busy old time for you.
Yeah, well, we had a gig just last night in Oxford that went really well. Quite a few people there.
Oxford.
But we've got one tomorrow night, a headline gig at the Cookie. Hoping to get a lot of people down. I know that there's a few tickets already sold, and yeah, it's should be a good one like last time, I think.
Where can people get more info about that gig?
It's all over our social media, so Reece, you know all the social media stuff.
Yeah,
Twitter and Instagram's at @_Lids Band, and then Facebook, if you just search the Lids, you should see us there.
Now, I searched the Lids several times. It didn't come up with you.
Oh, you're joking.
No. There you go.
Gosh.
I did get to you, but only through the event page of tonight's event, and it says organised by the Lids and other people. So you might want to get.
We'll have to look into that.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, definitely. So, what other band? So you're headlining tonight as well. Sorry, tomorrow night. And who else have you got on the lineup?
We've got a band we played with before from Liverpool way called Factory.
Oh, right.
And then we've got Drips, who obviously from Leicester as well. So
yeah, we know Drips.
yeah, we're really looking forward
Excellent.
to playing
That's a
with those
brilliant
two.
lineup. Good. Look forward to that.
Finally, guys, what are you hoping that the next year will bring? You know, where would you like to be at this time next year?
Oh, that's a good question. Ideally, a little bit further on from now. Bigger following, better
Bigger
songs.
venues, headlining bigger venues. How about
Headlining bigger
headlining Dryden
venues.
Street Social? That's a nice big venue.
Oh, yeah.
that's it. Yeah, that's
definitely.
it. Yeah,
That'd be
that's
lovely.
one to look to.
And most importantly, back on the show again. Yeah,
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the real
Yeah.
thing you're looking forward
Anytime,
to.
anytime you want
Same
us.
time next year.
Guys, fantastic. Thanks for coming on. Hope you have a really great Christmas and, New Year. We're going to play one more of your tracks, Church. If you can introduce that for us, and thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, this one's called Church, and I hope you enjoy it. And make sure you get tickets for our gig tomorrow night.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming on the
Thanks for
show.
having us.
Thank you.
I went to church once. They bless you when I sneezed and they bless you where I sit. But next time I think I'll wait outside, waiting for your call. I'll be waiting. I'm always waiting. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Always waiting. I'll be waiting for you. It's so long to beer, I'll take a sip. You take me for a ride, yeah, we're going for a trip. But the first time I crept inside your mind were the darkest of your days. I'll be waiting. I'm always waiting. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Always waiting. I'll be waiting for you. Waiting for you. I'll be waiting, always waiting. I'll be waiting for your love. I'll be waiting, always waiting. I'll be waiting for you.
Let's do Demon FM. play just drive us mad. How many chances must they have? And the rules change daily, there's no control. We end up with nowhere to go. Watch out as the hips start to twist. Watch out, we'll jump on the wheels. Watch out as the hips start to twist.
All dressed up, ready to go, waiting for the bird to come over. It's 9 o'clock and still no show. She's blown me out for another. Put your best foot forward, put your chin up, son. March on regardless and have some fun. Just like that, another one will come along. I'm down the pub when in she walks, arm in arm with a geezer. I give my eyes a right old treat. She's all dolled up as a teaser. Jukebox on, putting some smash. Rejects playing out loud. Bad man's next, me peckers up. East End, London and proud. Put your best foot forward, put your chin up, son. March on regardless and have some fun. Just like buses, another one will come along. He's in the dock, a 5-year stretch all told. Karma's bitten him on the rump, justice best served cold. I've forgotten the woes, it's retailed on. She's now well history, it's by the by. No cares given, and that's just the way it goes.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had an hour ago and it's gone straight to me head.
That's Flip Flop Rock on Demon FM, and you are listening to Demon World with me, Jazz Minhas, and we are live, local and loud. Our next guests have arrived in the studio, and it's a band called Gazelle. Here's a track from them called Nothing Ever Happens.
Freedom
Where it could be.
under a grey sky where nothing ever happens.
That's a track from our next guest here in the studio on Live, Local and Loud. Nothing ever happens. I'm sure lots happen, and they're going to tell us all about it. And we have Rich and Ryan from Gazelle in the studio. Hello, guys. Thanks for coming in.
You right? How you doing?
Good, thanks. You tell me you're part of a foursome, so who are the other two folk that are not with us?
We've got Ben and Danny Gallagher, the drummer.
Fantastic. So Gazelle, it sounds like quite a powerful name. How did you think of that, Gazelle?
It wasn't quite as powerful.
No, it's quite difficult.
The
It was a
idea
long-
behind it, weren't it? But it was a long process. We had all these songs we wanted to get out and do a gig, but we had no name for a long while. But I think it was just one of us looked down at the trainers and went, Gazelle, and that'll do. That was
based on the trainers, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So what happened? You used to be called something else, though, didn't you? Or was that a totally different band?
Yeah, that was completely. We did a gig.
Did a few secret gigs,
yeah,
didn't
did
we?
a few secret gigs under different names.
What was that?
CSGB, weren't it? After the Vardy saying what we can't say on air, but around the time we won the league, so a bit topical.
So what's your style of music? We heard a track there. Can you kind of describe it for us?
Yeah, it's just like British rock and roll, really, isn't it?
We don't try and categorise
labels,
ourselves into a genre. We just try and let other people just write what we write. And
I think it's sort of changing as well with the new EP and stuff. The sounds getting a lot more mature as well. So it's hard to put your finger on it, really, but. Yeah, just classic British rock and roll.
And who would you say your like musical influences? Who have you listened to, and who do you listen to?
I like. You wouldn't really think of it when you listen to the music, but I listen to a lot of 50s stuff and 60s. I love Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash, all that sort of thing, and Eddie Cochran. But then we like a lot of stuff like modern stuff, Arctic Monkeys, Catfish and the Bottom. And
does that kind of feed through to your music?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, when you're writing it, we don't have like a set. I don't sit down and write and think I want it to sound like this. So I think it's a culmination of everything. Really, it just comes together. And
what about yourself, Rich? Same sort of thing?
yeah, like into a lot of mod music and all sorts. Really, anything like Ryan said, Arctic Monkeys, Cortinas. Like when we were younger, growing up in the noughties indie scene. Listened to like a lot of the Cortinas and the Rifles.
A few years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. So yeah, that obviously is a big influence on what probably our sound is individually, not just as a collective, but how we each play.
Ryan, you're going to play a tune for us. Can you kind of tell us, what is it your own writing and what's it about? Before you play it?
It's about just about growing up in Leicester, really, and being a little scally when you're younger. Really, it's just one of them, going out getting drunk and not having a care in the world, really. One of them ones.
Well, look forward to that. So just let you get set up for a moment.
Yes, mate.
And so we've got Gazelle on Live, Local and Loud, and we're going to hear a live acoustic guitar track from Ryan. As I say, you can hear him in the background just shuffling up, getting ready to go. Ryan, take it away whenever you're ready.
Your thoughts lose their meaning when you jump on another train. We're outside with the smokers swept up in this hurricane. We occupy our nation's backs till this time, but we supply a thorn in society's backside, and have tried to guide and lend you a helping hand, but it's clear some things we'll never understand, and through life's minefield we walk just to turn back when we got bored. Your thoughts lose their meaning when you jump on another train. We're outside with the smokers swept up in this hurricane. You think we'd learn, but all we fear was missing out. So I'd return, only to open my big mouth and our words would collide. Somewhere in no man's land, see it's clear some things we did not understand, and through life's minefield we crawl just to turn back when we got bored. Your thoughts lose their meaning when you jump on another train. We're outside with the smokers swept up in his hurricane. If we ever come of age, at least our name shall remain forever etched into the walls of the terrace house that we call home. Your thoughts lose their meaning when you jump on another train. We're outside with the smokers swept up in his hurricane. And your thoughts lose their meaning when you jump on another train. We're outside with the smokers swept up in his hurricane.
That is Ryan. That is Ryan from Gazelle. Thanks for that, Ryan. So do you guys, do your own music, covers, bit of both?
Still all original, isn't it?
Yeah. Might throw a little Christmas one in like we did the other night.
What was that then?
We did at the end of our gig last Saturday at Riding Street Social, a bit of an impromptu thing. Normally do like a medley of a few songs within our song at the end, and I think we'd had a few beers and everyone in the Christmas spirit, and we just throw one in there. Probably the loudest one we did all night.
What track was that then?
I think it was a bit Shaking Stevens, wasn't it?
Right. Cool.
Going for it. So we had the dance moves on the go and everything.
Don't know about that.
That was an awesome gig last Saturday night, wasn't it?
Oh,
Riding Street Social.
I couldn't believe the turnout.
Yeah, it's great.
It's amazing how you managed to pack out somewhere like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's the capacity on that?
450, I think.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Blimey.
Yeah, but I think it's sort of been a steady process, isn't it? I think we did the O2 Academy as well last year, the O2 and that we did when we did the first single.
Which one was that? Is that
that's the middle room, that one.
The square one?
The one that I think it's just closed down, hasn't it?
Yeah,
now?
The Queen's Hall.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did that. We got quite a few there. Probably not as much as we packed in the Dryden, which is a smaller venue, but we had a good crowd there. So it's just built up over the last year or so, especially with the new video, with the new single dropped. It's just gone a bit mad since then.
So what gigs have you got coming up then?
We've got a tour being announced early January, which we've got to look forward to. We've got a very small intimate Leicester gig on that, but we can't really say too much till it's all.
Is that sort of like a Midlands tour, a UK tour? Or?
UK tour, yeah.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
We have got a special acoustic set as well.
End of this year to finish the year off at Music Caf. There's a new indie night starting.
Right.
So we're doing that on the 29th. So if you're about
when you
between
plan out a
Christmas-
tour, I mean, how do you kind of choose the venues and stuff? Is it geographical? Is it kind of like certain, places that have got a particular reputation for your type of music? I mean, how does that work?
I think it tends to be more up north, isn't it, based?
And places that we have played before, we're trying to focus on because we've got a bit of a following in certain cities.
Yeah,
so
Sunderland, we've done that last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just packed it out. For some reason we've got a massive fan base in Sunderland, but
we've got Gazelle in the studio, and you mentioned you've done a music video recently. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we've done with Stephen Graham. Obviously, been in a lot of films we like and stuff. And it was I met a lad called Pete when we was at an old Gallagher gig. We got chatting, and he mentioned he knew him and that. And you just sort of like, didn't think much of it. And we got an email about a month later saying that he loved the tunes, and if we needed help with a video, he'd be up for doing it. And we were like, didn't know if it was a wind up, did we at first?
I think the longer and longer it went on, we were thinking it was
even
more
on
and more
the day
a
when
wind
we
up.
turned up, it was like no one's going to turn up for that. But yeah, he was good as gold.
Yeah,
couldn't help us enough.
So were you guys? Was it your video, or was it his video that you were featuring in?
So it was our music video that he was featuring in.
Oh,
he
nice.
ended up basically producing it near enough. Didn't
I didn't
he,
know
when
what we were expecting, whether he was just popping his head in, but we were
he
been
was
a bit cheeky and made him do the lead role.
Yeah, he was with us all day, weren't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, but he was top bloke. Couldn't fault him at all.
So where can listeners see that video? Is it online?
It's on YouTube. It's on all our social media pages as well. It's had I think it's had over 100,000 views
on social media.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. So where are you guys? Where can people get access to information about the band and your music and stuff?
So there's like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all Gazelle Band UK. So yeah, everything you need to know is on there. Also YouTube, there'll be links on them pages to our YouTube page, which got a few demos on there still, and the singles that we've released.
So finally, what's been the highlight of 2018, and what do you hope to be the highlight of 2019?
It's got to be that Dryden gig, innit?
Yeah, that's
Just
definitely
packing that out.
Yeah.
Remember, like when we first got in there, like there's the curtains at the backstage, at the top of the stage. You looked through them, and there was a few people in there filling up. I was like, that's all right. And we looked out just before. I was like, wish you hadn't. It was like chock a block.
Yeah, it was good.
That was the highlight of. And then probably the tour next year. I'm excited to see where this year takes us, because it seems to be taking a step.
So we've got a lot of things lined up to follow on from our latest single. Another single, as I said earlier, early January, and then probably an EP after that. We've got in the pipeline, as well as the tour. So we've got plenty coming up. So 2000.
Tell us what the track's about.
Be pretty good for us.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to play one of your tracks called "Finger on the Trigger." I'll get you to sort of announce it for us. Maybe tell us what the track's about. It's been a great pleasure for coming in. Have a great Christmas and New Year, and do come back next year and tell us how the tour went and generally how things are going.
Yeah, definitely.
Pleasure,
yeah,
brilliant. Thanks a lot, Ryan and Rich.
Thank you.
Yeah, this one's called "Finger on the Trigger." It's about going work on a Monday morning, really.
Enjoy.
Stay the same. They watch ya.
exception of these chains. Capital punishment will suffice for flirting with the idea of living out your paradise when you should be living in fear. I'll spend my time coining a stranglehold wool over my eyes, and my mind seems to explode, and I'm sick of the sight of work clothes on the washing line. So keep your finger on the trigger and blow their minds. From the cradle to the hearse, and the dragons down in the dirt. The crowd to disperse, all fallen seed to assert. Why come back to the ground when we're fine in the clouds? Break free before they pull you down. I'll spend my time coin a stranglehold wool over my eyes, and a mindset to explode, and I'm sick of the sight. Work clothes on the washing line, so keep your finger on the trigger and blow their minds.
Leicester's Demon FM.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
session tonight. As we come to the close of our broadcast day, this is my farewell transmission. Signing off, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Anyone within the sound of my voice. This is the BBC World Service. Is this thing on? Can you hear me now? I got 50,000 watts of power. It's the end of radio. Is this thing on? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's the end of radio. Is it really broadcasting if there's nobody to receive it? You can call it dead air. I think that's rude. It's the end of radio. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's the end of radio.
See her on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not. Leather jacket, collar pop like antenna, never knowing when to stop. Sunglasses indoors, par for the cause, lights in the floors and sweat on the walls. Cages and poles. Call off the search for your soul, or put it on hold again. She's having a sly indoor smoke. She calls the folks who run this, her oldest friends, sipping and drinking, laughing at imaginary jokes. As all the signals are sent, arise, invite you to approach, and it seems as though those lumps in your throat that you just swallowed have got you going. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Number one party anthem. She's a certified mind blower, knowing full well that I don't. May suggest there's somewhere from which I might know her, just to get the ball to roll. Drunken monologues, confused because it's not like I'm falling in love. I just want you to do me no good, and you look like you could. Come on, come on, come on. come on, number one party anthem. Come on, come on, come on, before the moment's gone. Number one party anthem. Yeah, yeah. The look I blow, the rush I blow, the she's with me is the galley truck, the shelter bugs, the camera buzz, the black and white, the color dots, the goods and girls, the cubicles, the house of fun, number one party anthem. Yes, I go! You got me running, you're a psycho. Got to be funny, you're a psycho. You got me racing, you're a psycho. My heart is pacing, you're a psycho. Only psychopathy. This sudden fear that's in me. Only psychopaths believe in me. I believe in me. I got you chasing, you're a psycho. This mirror facing, you're a psycho. I got you doubting, you're a psycho. I got you running, you're a psycho. Only psychopaths see this silent fear that's in me. Only psychopaths believe in me. I believe in me. My heart is pumping, you're a psycho. My veins are pumping, you're a psycho. I've got you feeding, you're a psycho. I got you needing, you're a psycho. Only psychopaths see this sudden fear that's in me. Only psychopaths believe in me. I believe in me. Only psychopaths see this sudden fear that's in me. Only psychopaths believe in me. I believe in me. You're a psycho.
Herburden on Demon FM with Psycho. We are live, local and loud, and our final guest, we've saved the best to last, but they've all been really good. So as we, we only select the best of local music. And they're a band called Fractions. Welcome to Demon FM, to Lee and Chris. Guys, can you introduce yourself? And I know there's some, we've only got a fraction of Fractions here today, so if you can also introduce the guys who are not here.
Yeah. I'm Chris, I'm the singer from Fractions.
I'm Lee, I play rhythm guitar.
And the absent band members are?
We've got Steve, the Tupperware thumper. He plays the drums. Coggy, the groove man, on the bass. And Chris Johnson on lead guitar.
So I'm a bit intrigued by the name. Are you all kind of like sort of mathematical geniuses or something, where you sit there all day doing fractions and then you're
Far from it.
Yeah.
Far from it.
You need to see our accounting sheets before you ask that.
So what's in the fractions then?
Basically, we had a lineup that's vastly different to this one, and much like one of the other bands that have been on earlier, we spent ages trying to find the right name for our product and what we were going to do, and then our old singer came in and dropped the word fractions, and that ended up the hook line that we all kind of agreed to, really. So no major backstory to it other than we wanted something that was a bit catchy and different, and that's what landed.
It is quite memorable, I find, actually, Fractions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not something you forget. And quite easy to look you up on Facebook as well, you'd be pleased to know.
Yeah, it's easy to find us on Facebook, but when you put YouTube videos in, there's lots of mathematical videos trying to tell you how to calculate things and
But
stuff.
we are growing in the YouTube world. at
Yeah,
the
we are
moment.
getting there, yeah.
I don't know whether that's just my personal search history or...
It could well be.
What's your genre of music? Because we've not heard one of your songs. We're going to hear one in a moment called Beyond Infinity.
I'd say it's more sort of progressive metal, really.
Yeah, it's a good summary. Progressive metal rock.
And do you do your own stuff, or do you do covers, a bit of both?
No, it's all original.
And what inspires the music? Perhaps this Beyond Infinity, you can maybe tell us, what you write about and what this song is about before we play it?
So I guess in a nutshell, it's more that there's more to life than it seems, to steal one of the lyrics, is my belief. There's got to be some form of higher power, and there's a bigger aspect to the world in general than just us.
Let's hear the song.
Existence lies in parallel. Will
That's Fractions on Demon FM and Beyond Infinity. And we have here live in the studio Lee and Chris from the band. Guys, can you tell us what gigs you got coming up, and what you've been up to recently in terms of the live performances?
Yeah, so we've actually got a gig tonight here in our local Leicester.
Sunny Leicester.
Yeah, so we're on for the Resin Christmas Do.
Yes.
It'll be our second time there. So we're
famous Resin Christmas Do.
It is.
They're heaving, aren't they?
Yeah,
Just
they're
free
amazing.
Lovely, free Christmas cake and all sorts, and they're always packed.
Yeah, always rammed. But it's testament to how much of a good job Mr. Yarwood does all year for the music scene and the metal scene in Leicester. And I guess we can't thank him enough for all of the faith he's put in us over the years. So thank you very much, Simon, if you're listening.
You're obviously quite well travelled. So can you tell us about the Russia gigs?
Yeah, so we through our management, Enzo, we had the opportunity to travel over to Russia to support prog metal giants Tesseract for 2 dates, one in Moscow and the second in St. Petersburg, and it was quite an eye-opener, to say the least.
Yeah, just a bit.
Both nights, sort of 1,000 capacity plus venues, sold out.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, absolutely incredible, and we learnt a lot. And it's the old cliche of, we grew as people while we were there, but it was really,
true story.
Really incredible experience to be a part of. So
is there more of a metal scene over there than there is over here? Then, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think the UK has got a strong scene, but as soon as you step into mainland Europe and beyond, they seem to be a little bit more in front than we are. So generally, people still go out to live gigs an awful lot. And support metal, certainly, and all elements of metal as well. So not just our sort of prog metal-y kind of elements, but they're out in force, which is lucky for us, because it was a long way to go if it had been an empty auditorium. But yeah, it was an experience that we'll never forget for sure.
Finally, can you tell us about what new music you've got in the pipeline?
Yeah, so we're currently working on a full length, be that an EP or album. We're not too sure yet. We're going to see. We're quite particular about what we choose to put on record. So depending on how the tracks come together to our liking, will depend on how many get put into a full length. And we've also got a single that's due to drop at the end of January, so keep your peepers peeled on all the social media stuff for Fractions, because the build up for that and the campaign will start fairly shortly and give you more information of where you can get it and what it's all about, really.
Yeah, you can find us on all the usual social media outlets: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.
Everything.
Yeah, the main one's Facebook.
And we look forward to the exclusive on that, of course. Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. What sort of deal are we brokering here? Yeah.
Lee and Chris, fantastic guys. Thanks for coming in. I know it's busy times for you from Fractions, and
thanks for having us.
Cheers, thanks a lot. Yeah.
Best to the guys who couldn't make it in today. Have a great Christmas and New Year, and do come back next year and tell us about how things have moved onwards and upwards. Fantastic. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
It'd be a pleasure. Cheers.
This is Fractions and Forces.
Feel my power surge, walls are wearing thin.
Many thanks to all the guests on the show today, all live, local and loud. We had the Lids, we had Gazelle, and playing in the background there we got Fractions. And thanks to Kevin Gaughan, my co-presenter, for bringing everybody together and getting everybody organised. And most of all, thanks to you, our listeners. Have a great Christmas.
Demon FM.
You're listening to Demon World with Jazz Minhas on Demon FM.
Jazz Minhas.